Good morning, Pastor Curt here, and I got a question for you. Do you like the movies? I love the movies. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a ton of movies that are horrible, boring, stupid, not appropriate. But man, a really great movie that tells a really great story, well, that is like one of the most satisfying experiences. And the movies I like the most are biographies, especially historical ones that kind of stick to the story and tell you, well, the origin story. The origin story is the part of their life where it explains why they had such a great impact later in their life. Like Amadeus is an origin story, or Schindler's List, an origin story about a business person who actually became a really incredible hero in World War II, or Unbroken. That's the origin story of Louis Zamperini. Those stories where we get to see them as kids, we get to see them at the crucial moment of their development. The Bible is filled with origin stories. People that started out one way, then God got a hold of their life, and they became something entirely different. Abraham's this way. His name was Abram. Moses was this way. He was the stepson, or the adopted son, of the Pharaoh. And Saul was this way. His name got changed to Paul. And last week, we talked about the prophet boy, Samuel. And we said, what happened to him when he heard the word of God? This week, we're going to get into one of my favorite origin stories in all the Bible. In Acts chapter 10, verse 1, it says this: there was a certain man in Caesarea called Cornelius, a centurion of the Italian regiment. This guy was powerful. This guy was absolutely influential. This guy was not Jewish, didn't know anything about Jesus, was as far from God as you could be, and God spoke to him. And when God spoke to this man, it not only changed him, but it changed two entire worlds. It smashed up two worlds in a way that no one could imagine. And here's the thing. When God spoke to him, he had already been at work in this man's life for many years. He just didn't know it. In fact, we're going to look at the things that God did to prepare Cornelius. The things that God put in place that prepared him for a life-changing moment of hearing the voice of God. I wonder if those things got in your life, what would happen? If you started in those patterns and routines that formed Cornelius's life and made him open to the voice of God, could your world, well, just absolutely explode with passion and purpose and effectiveness? I bet you it would. Would you get to church this weekend? There's 3 big principles here, and they are absolutely going to lead you into deeper maturity, deeper discernment in hearing the voice of God. And when you walk in that biblical discernment, anything is possible.